So friends, what is delisting and its effect on stock market price? So whenever you hear news of delisting, delisting is opposite of listing. When a company is listed on stock market by issuing shares through IPO, the entire process is known as stock market listing. In India, two major stock market are BSE and NSE. You will find all the companies which issued their IPO are listed on either NSE or BSE or both. So what is the effect of delisting? Delisting is opposite of listing. Now we are removing our shares from the stock market. Fine sir. Delisting is the removal of a listed security from a stock exchange. The delisting of a security can be voluntary or involuntary. It means whether you will be compelled to delist your share from the stock exchange, you remove your company from the stock exchange compulsory, forcefully, and one is by our own will we are delisting the company's share from stock exchange. So what is the effect of voluntary and involuntary delisting? If it is voluntary delisting, then the effect is positive. It will have a positive impact on share price. If the delisting is voluntary, and if it is involuntary, compulsory, you have been compelled to delist your share from the stock exchange, then the share price will fall. It is normally in case of bankruptcy, liquidation, and some negative news going for the company, the management is not performing well. In that case, SEBI can order such companies to be delisted from a stock exchange. Normally, if it is voluntary, then the delisting price plays an important role. Normally, the price at which the shares are delisted is above the current market price. Let's say in current market price, the price is going 100 rupees. So definitely when it is voluntary delisting, the price will be 125 or 130. So this will definitely have a positive impact on shares price and the share price will increase. Let's see some practical example of delisting. In voluntary delisting, a company decides on its own to remove its securities from a stock exchange, whereas in compulsory delisting, the securities of a company are removed from a stock exchange as a panel measure for not making submissions complying with various requirements set out in the listing agreement within the time frames prescribed. So this is the difference between voluntary and compulsory delisting. So here is an example of a company which hit upper circuit of 20% on voluntary delisting plan. NSE to delist 9 companies from October 17. So it is compulsory delisting. SEBI introduces new rules for delisting offers. So the rules of SEBI will apply for delisting. We have to follow rules and regulation of SEBI whenever we do the process of delisting for our company. Delisting, involuntary delisting means compulsory. Failure to pay listing fees, failure to comply with listing agreements, history of not addressing investor complaints, unfair trading practices by promoters, managers, bankruptcy, other malpractices. Compulsory delisting, voluntary delisting. It is definitely for positive factors like company thinks that the price which is going in the market is very low, or company don't want to have listing and compile with all the SEBI regulations, company don't want to compile with SEBI regulations. There are many fees relating to compliance also. Fine sir. So Diwan Housing was one such company which was delisted compulsory by the pressure of stock exchange. So you can see the share price at the last fell drastically. Fine, sir. Now if you will search Dewan Housing Finance Corporation, then it will show stocks not traded in NSE because this is delisted. Fine, sir. NSE sends so cause to Coffee Day asking for compulsory delisting. So maybe Coffee Day is not following any rules and regulation. So stock exchange wants it to be delisted from the stock exchange. Corporate governance issue. There were some corporate governance issue going on with Coffee Day. Fine, sir. Compulsory delisting outnumber voluntary ones by 50%. So there are more compulsory delisting in India than voluntary delisting. BSE to delist 202 companies from May 2011. BSE to delist 200 companies. So these are example of forceful delisting. Revati Equipment hits 20% upper circuit on voluntary delisting proposal. So one thing is clear, voluntary delisting will increase share price of the company. Hexaware Technologies share hit 52-week high after promoter accept delisting price. So these are the examples of voluntary delisting. Compact hit 20% upper circuit due to delisting. So these all are news which are supporting our concept that if it is a voluntary delisting, share price will increase, and if it is a compulsory delisting, share price will decrease, other things remaining constant. So let's play some videos on delisting practical, which definitely are some past videos which I have kept for you so that you can understand more practically and your knowledge is increased. And whenever you join any company as a finance expert, as a CFO role, so you will face no problem, you will have a case study, you will know each and every implications of delisting. Fine, sir.
Alright, let's get to the first stock then. Compact Disc is what we are talking about. Stocks appreciated around 40% in the past couple of trading sessions on the back of their delisting plans. We have with us Suresh Kumar, the chairman of Compact Disc, joining in. Hi Mr. Kumar, thanks very much for joining in. On April 12th, you will need to expedite your delisting process of equity shares. Can you start by telling us the reason behind you actually wanting to delist your shares?
No, actually, this was a joint decision taken with the promoters as well as our foreign business partners. We want to make this company as a very, very closely held company, and that's the reason for the delisting.
Okay, the reason I ask is, sir, your promoter holding is only 24%, if I'm not mistaken. That means that you'll possibly have to shell out a bit of cash in order to increase your stake at least to 76%. How exactly do you plan on funding this?
No, promoters as well as the foreign business partners, we have already made provisions for the entire cash and everything, so that the delisting process can be expedited, and we wish to complete this delisting process in next 3 to 4 months' time.
Mr. Kumar, thanks for joining us. We understand in January also the company had indicated its intention to delist, but that time the plans didn't go through. What happened that time?
No, that time actually we have called an EGM to approve it, but finally our merchant banks are told, no, you don't need an EGM, basically you have to go to the postal ballot route, and which will be approved in this particular board of directors. Yeah.
Okay, and you also said that you've made the provisions. What is the kind of provisions that you've made so that you can buy back the entire amount of shares?
We are basically offering a very handsome pricing to the shareholders, a very, very attractive pricing.
What is the pricing?
I think it will be 30% above. Between anywhere between 30% up to 30 to 40% above.
Okay, and also how much is the provision that you've kept aside?
We will disclose it at a particular moment, but we have got a fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, Mr. Kumar, can we assume that it would possibly be between 65 to 70 rupees, your delisting price or your offer?
It will be actually finally it will be depending upon the merchant after consultation with the merchant bankers, but definitely on the last traded value, whatever the thing is there, promoters is going to offer anywhere between 30 to 40%.
Right. So just to get back to the earlier point, why exactly are you looking to delist your company so desperately? Is there any particular reason why you're looking to even expedite the process?
No, we want to make it this company as a very, very closely held company.
Any particular reason why? Can you give us a rationale?
No, there is no particular reason actually. It was a joint decision taken by our foreign business partners who are very loyal to the company for the last about 10 years. And it was a joint decision taken by
Okay, Mr. Kumar, just a last question. You need about 50% to delist. Have you spoken to any of the corporate bodies? Because corporate bodies hold about 12.5%, so that they will be tendering in that? Just to make sure that your delisting is successful.
Yeah. We are already working out with the corporate bodies.
Okay.
And that's the reason we are offering a very, very attractive pricing to the shareholders.
Okay, Mr. Kumar. Thanks very much.
Okay, that's a word coming in from Uday Kotak. But the other stock that's really surging right now is Hexaware. It's up almost 10% My colleague Kritika Saxena is here to give us the latest on the delisting plans. Kritika, over to you.
Well, Sonia, on Friday, the promoters of Hexaware announced that they will be considering a delisting for the company on the 12th of June. Now, we were trying to understand why the promoter, that is Baring Private Equity Asia, which is a private equity player, would want to delist an IT company from the stock exchanges. We spoke to our sources across Baring and Hexaware. What we understand from our sources is that the reason for this is that they believe, one, Hexaware will get better value if it's a private company. We understand that they have already received interest from several buyers, multinational players, private equity players over the last 1 odd year, and they have done the maths to be able to understand that in the long term it'll augur better in terms of value if Hexaware is unlisted. As a result of that, they have delisted it, but this is essentially a precursor for an eventual exit by Baring Private Equity Asia. Baring Private Equity Asia holds about 62.4%. We understand that they are, once the delisting process is complete, they are going to eventually exit the company. The other point is that they believe that once it is delisted, they will also be able to scale up the company. So you could expect more in terms of acquisition, more in terms of more rapid growth once it is delisted, and post that an eventual sale. We of course did ask them for an official comment. Baring said that they will give all the information with respect to the delisting to the shareholders in due time, and they also said that they are committed to Hexaware, its employees and clients.
Okay, thank you very much for that.